don't leave no gaps for the enemy. Because that's what he wants.
Reassuring.
Yeah, reassuring. That's right. That's right.
And I'm like,
I heard it all this morning. Sure as I'm standing here with this mic in my hand and God is my God. I heard it. Because I knew what I needed to do. I had to go in intercession. See, like, listen, y'all, I hadn't been pastor in a few months. I've been had to be intercessor. I'm in my intercessory role now. Because I got to. Because if I don't, man, the enemy trying to tear my ship down. You understand what I'm saying? So the intercessor, now you understand what a pastor is. A pastor is one that nurtures. That's the reason why, the pastor on the finger is the married finger. Because a pastor is the one that exemplifies love, and the pastor is going to be the one that says, come here, baby. You understand? Come here, baby. It's fine. I can't be that right now. Not right now. I got to be the intercessor, because the intercessor has got to get my people past some stuff. Got to get us over to the next side. So it's intercessory prayer that's having to take place now. That warrior on the inside of me, man. I'm telling you, boy, that's why I've been like in a no, if you deal with me, and I don't mean no harm, but I'm in a don't play no game mode, you know what I'm saying? I ain't playing too many games right now. I'm real strict, real stern on stuff, because there's that warrior inside of me that's having to say, no, I can't afford to play no games right now. I gotta get it, you understand? I got to, because lives are at stake. My life is at stake. The people that I cover, their lives are at stake right now. We're trying to cross over to another place, and he's literally trying to destroy with stuff. That's the reason why stuff that has been dreamt about prior to now is now starting to manifest. And so if you don't, if it don't happen when you first seen it, all that means is it's gonna happen. So you better be waiting for it. You better be ready for it. I heard Dr. Stevenson say this morning, he said, listen, I prophesied a lot of this stuff that's going on right now. He said, but I'm confessing and saying to y'all right now, I wasn't ready. He said 2020 done exposed us so bad because we weren't ready. He said, I prophesied a lot of the stuff that's going to happen. And he has people, people just posting it. Dr. Stevenson said such and such is going to happen. Such and such. But then the thing of it is, lived in the moment of, it ain't going to happen. No, let's stop doing that. If the man show you something, take it for what it is, man. Because he's trying to prepare us for something, see. Because if you don't watch it, see, that dang old baby was trying to destroy your baby. You see what I'm saying? It was issues right now. So then it's like you got to watch that, because if you don't watch that, that's the whole objective of it. But God showed it way back here. See how we don't pay attention?
And the way the conversation started out was, I was in there, I was praying, like I normally do when I take a shower. You can sit up there, and I was like, I remember God told me right here in this shower, I was doing the same thing, washing my hair, and it was like, he said, no more unseen prayer. And I'm like, okay. And he was like, what do you think that means? And we went to talking, and he was like, but it even went towards like you talking about covenant, all of that came up. And I was like, but it's like she said, like if we are not pure, and that's one thing that I kept saying, and I've mentioned it plenty of times, like I gotta keep my hands clean. I gotta keep my hands clean. I gotta cover my atmosphere. Friday was hell at work. And then it was like I was getting ready to go to lunch, and I was getting ready to clock out, and so it was like I just stuck right there at the clock. And John Rogers came in. He was like, "How your atmosphere now?" And I'm like, "That's exactly what it is." It started at 7:40 that morning. A lady was standing there. It was like she was like zoned out, and she was holding the door, and she did not budge. I was like, "We ain't in there yet." She said, "I know." And she turned around and she looked, and her face, I was like, "Oh, I ain't got time for this." I sat there in the car. Didn't even think, go ahead and cover your atmosphere before you get in there. Have you been covering it like you're supposed to? Go ahead. And she stood there holding that door. And I was like, you gotta come back at 9 o'clock, because I ain't did nothing, I don't have nothing. It was like, it's a whole bunch of racist stuff going on, this, that. The girl that spit in my face, like that girl face into that day when I said, it's something about her face. And I was looking at her like, I said, you gotta come back at 9 o'clock. She left, she come back at 8:30, and it was like, I was, I ain't got time for it. I called myself cousin. I said, this some BS, but I said the word. And the dog catcher guy come in, he was like, I locked Holiday A up. And I was like, oh gosh, what in the world going on? It was like turmoil. It was like a tornado was going on up in there. And I was like, it ain't even 9 o'clock yet. What in the world going on? And it took me to 11 o'clock to really say, okay, this is what happened when you walk somewhere you ain't covered. This is what happened when you don't do like you're supposed to. And so I left from at 5 o'clock or whatever, and I went back. And the whole time I was on my lunch break, I was like, okay, God, what I need to do, what I gotta do to get myself together. And when I went back in there, it was like, it was different. It was different. I put on my music and I started back working, and it was different, but it let me know like, it's legal that. You mess around and get caught with your pants down, you want to, you're gonna be in trouble. And it wasn't nobody else there. So it's like, if it's just you there, imagine when everything else is there, you're gonna be in trouble. So it just let me know where I was at that particular place and how important it is to watch my atmosphere.
Yeah, you have to command your atmosphere. You have to command that atmosphere to be what you want it to be. But you're gonna have hectic days. That's in anything in life. You're gonna have that. But you just have to take authority. You know, authority, and the authority is within you. Because whatever is within you is what's gonna produce out of you. You know, so if you have victory on the inside of you, it's gonna command victory on the outside of you. You know, so and it's just, you know, hey, me myself, problems are not really an issue to me, and the reason they're not is because I understand that problems are a part of life. You know what I'm saying?
Like I couldn't move. That's
like,
what the part that bothered
yeah.
me. I
But
know
see,
they gonna come in, but it was like I was sort of like stuck.
it probably wasn't even her. Like that, you know, the lady that was there, it probably wasn't even her. It was more than likely it was the intercessor on the inside of you was connecting to something else. It was something else that you were feeling. It just maybe hadn't manifested itself, or it was manifesting somewhere else. But you were feeling it, the effects of it, you know. So a lot of times, even last week, I think it was, I was dealing with some stuff that had me. You know, I sat at my kitchen table for 3 hours, didn't move, could not move, locked down, 3 hours. And it was of no, like, I couldn't do nothing. Because I was battling through, trying to come through, pushing my way through something that was going on. You know, and I didn't know, I knew it wasn't anything with me, but it had to be something that was going on. So that's intercession. So that's why I said, you know, it probably had nothing to do with her. It had something to do with something else, somewhere else that you were connected to. You know, something and somebody else that you were connected to. I guarantee you it had something to do with that. I guarantee you it did. Because see, as an intercessor, you literally become a block to people too. Like for instance, my intercession ceases some activity from folk. You know what I'm saying? They can't do certain things. That's why people can't do certain stuff in your atmosphere at all, because it prohibits it. It stops it. And you know, and you can always, one of the ways of knowing that you are an intercessor for a person, most people don't do well with their intercessors. They're not going to be close up, like on their intercessors, unless they are crying for deliverance. If they're crying for deliverance, they don't have an issue with being with their intercessor, because they want what you're doing. You understand? They want to be free. So they'll stand with you, Elisha and Elijah. They're hooking to you, don't want to leave you, don't want to go anywhere because they want to be free. So they're going to call you all the time and stuff. They don't care, you know what I'm saying, because they want to be free. They're going to tell you what they got going on because they want to be free. That, you know, you either have that kind of relationship with them, but either they're not going to want to deal with you because they don't want you praying, because they want to do what they're doing. I have literally been told by folks, don't pray for me. Literally have said that to me because they don't want me to, because they want to do.
He said, stop it right now.
They want to do what they're doing.
He got mad.
They want to do what they're doing. So they're either going to cling to you because they want your intercession or you're free. They want to be free, or they're not going to want to have anything to do with you because you are an enemy of their mess. You know, or you're an enemy of their mess. They're not. I'm being honest. Cling to you or get away from you. It's going to be one of the two. If you are really spending intercessory time in prayer about something, because remember, intercession is a result of something that's in trouble. So if I want to get out of the trouble, then I don't mind you praying about me getting out the trouble. But if I don't want to get out the trouble, I don't want you saying a word to God about my trouble. Just let me stay in it. See? You know what I'm saying? Don't worry about praying for me, Delphine. You know what I'm saying? I ain't ready to come out. And I've literally been told that. You know, don't pray for me. I like what I'm doing. Because see, real intercession affects the kingdom of hell. It affects it. It can't move like it would normally move when them dang on intercessors get started. You know, it can't put forward and wreak havoc like it would normally wreak havoc when the intercessors come forth. So if they're at ease with you, you gotta discern the place that the person is. You gotta discern it, because either I'm clinging to you because I want you to help me get free, or either I'm not gonna deal with you because I don't want to be free. See, don't be one of the two when you're dealing with intercession.
So here's the question: if the person says stop, that's the right person to stop. Do you stop or do you?
Well, that right now, because that right there, if I was in a person's face and they said, and they said for me to stop, I probably would stop right there. I would stop right there. And then my intercession would go on privately. You know what I'm saying? It would go on privately. I would stop right there because they, that's, because you can't go beyond barriers. You know what I'm saying? You got to respect, even if they don't want it, you can't force it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to go beyond. So I would just cut it right there. Okay. If I'm praying for, and just when I only did my private intercession, because private intercession sends in, angelic hosts as well. People feel your intercession even if you're not in their midst. They feel it.
I was at work last week, and I felt this burst of joy. The day has been a little bit rough, and so the burst of joy, and I stopped. I took a breath and said, thank you, Lord. But it was more like joy. I felt joy fill my spirit. And I know when it's a difference, joy the Lord and just whatever. And I felt that hit my spirit. And I stopped where I was and was like, and God said, somebody strengthen you. Somebody strengthen you. I said, God, I thank you for your help with me right now. I thank you. Because I was in a place where, it was people everywhere. You can wear on you. So, you're getting tired and you're like, physically tired, spiritually tired, whatever. And I just felt that. I stopped right there. Somebody strengthen you.
one of my intercessors, I don't know if they still are, but one of my intercessors is in Zimbabwe. You know, the Lord revealed that to me several years ago. I don't